The first thing you notice is the light. Not the sun itself, though it's generous and gold, but the way it filters through banyan leaves like it's looking for something. The air holds it close, as if reluctant to let any shimmer escape. Cicadas drone, rivers mumble in the underbrush, and the scent of lemongrass and wood smoke lingers, soft as memory. You haven't yet touched the sea or tasted mango on your tongue, but something inside already loosens. The kind of loosening that only happens when the world feels older than you and kinder. There's a softness to the edges here, and how the mist rises from the jungle floor, and how monks walk barefoot across morning streets, and how lanterns lift into night skies not for spectacle, but for prayer. The kind of prayer that asks nothing in return. This is a place that doesn't explain itself. It doesn't need to. It just waits for you to slow down enough to feel it. You are the traveler now. Welcome to Thailand, a land of rain-kissed temples and liquid horizons, where centuries-old legends hum beneath banyan roots and in the hush between gong strikes. From northern peaks to southern isles, Thailand is not a destination. It is a rhythm, a slow, golden rhythm, woven of jasmine and diesel, salt wind and saffron robes. It greets you not in words, but in gestures, a bow, a smile, palms pressed together. There are cities, yes, bright veins of movement and noise, but step just beyond the neon and you'll find spirit houses beside every door, offerings of rice and orchids given to the invisible. Time works differently here. Not slower, exactly, just gentler. In the northern hills near Mae Hong Son, a woman once whispered to me that the fog carries the voices of those who love the land too much to leave. I believed her. You might too, if you wake before dawn and hear the wind tracing the spines of the mountains. The stories you'll find in Thailand rarely come in books. They come in silence, in glances, in the way someone ladles soup for you without asking, or hand you a banana leaf parcel wrapped in steam and gratitude. Long before tourism, long before guidebooks or itineraries, Thailand was a mosaic of kingdoms, Lanta, Sukhothai, Ayutthaya, each leaving behind temples with roots that grip stone like memory. And in the quiet ruins of those cities, beneath fractured stupas and headless Buddhas, history doesn't shout, it exhales. If you walk slowly, respectfully, the stories will find you. Take Ayutthaya, once a global capital of wealth and diplomacy. Merchants came here from Portugal, Japan, Persia. Its spires once shimmered with gold leaf visible for miles, but war and fire reduced it to skeletal beauty. Still, even in ruin, it stands proud, a lesson in impermanence, a shrine to what endures. Or farther north, in Chiang Rai, there's a temple called Wat Rong Khun, shimmering in all white, like frost made permanent. Designed by a modern artist, it's unlike any temple you've seen, mixing tradition with surreal visions. Its entrance is guarded by reaching hands, a visual metaphor for desire. Strange? Yes, but in Thailand, beauty and strangeness are rarely at odds. In the south, where the islands sprawl like emeralds across a silk blue sea, another kind of magic waits. On Koh Lanta or Koh Tao, it's in the tide that pulls you away from your thoughts, or in the reef fish that shimmer like stained glass beneath the surface. Here, nature is not just backdrop, it's teacher. It shows you how to be still. And then there's Bangkok, chaotic, electric, and full of contradiction. Tuk-tuks weave between temples and skyscrapers. Street food stalls perfume the air with chili and lime, while monks collect alms beside glinting billboards. It should clash, but it doesn't. It dances. To travel through Thailand is to travel through thresholds of old and new, sacred and profane, joy and melancholy. But travel here gently. Respect is the invisible language. When entering a home or temple, remove your shoes. Never point your feet at a Buddha. Touching someone's head, even in affection, is considered rude. Learn the why. That humble gesture of palms together, and use it often. It isn't about formality. It's about seeing the human in front of you. The language may be tonal, but kindness needs no translation. A smile in Thailand is currency. It softens borders. And though English is widely spoken in cities, a few Thai phrases, Sawasdi for hello, Kap Kun for thank you, carry immense goodwill. Be patient. Trains may not run on time. Storms may roll in without warning, but often that detour is where the rail journey begins. Come in the cool season, from November to February, when the air is kind and the nights carry the scent of tamarind and charcoal. In the hot months, shade becomes sacred. And during Songkran, the Thai New Year, the entire country turns into a joyful water fight, a blessing cloaked as play. Eat everything. Slowly. Let sweet mingle with sour, soft with crisp. Mango sticky rice under a palm frond roof. Sam tam pounded fresh in a roadside mortar. Noodles slurped beside strangers who smile like they know your name, even if they don't. Sleep in stilted homes that creak with memory. Wake the roosters and monks chanting below your window. Walk. Get lost. Be still. Watch the light change. In Thailand, even time breathes differently. Even silence is weight. And when you leave, because every traveler must, a part of you will stay behind, held in the rustle of sugarcane, or in a boat's wake disappearing into the Andaman blue. Some journeys are outward, others turn quietly inward. This is both, and it begins now. Koh Chang rises from the Gulf like the spine of a sleeping dragon, lush, curved, breathing slowly beneath veils of cloud. Its name means Elephant Island, not for its shape, but for its memory, a place where wild elephants once roamed, where earth and spirit move in quiet tandem. The ferry ride across jade-colored waters is not just transport, it's a soft unraveling. One moment, you're in the grip of schedules and city air. The next, a salt breeze undoes something in your chest. The jungle approaches in folds of green, thick and breathing, as if the land itself is alive and watchful. Here, waterfalls spill like loose threads down granite cliffs. The air tastes of orchids and rain. You might find yourself on a narrow road, caught between ocean on one side and cliffs on the other, where monkeys line the guardrails like curious monks. But look deeper. During World War II, Koh Chang bore witness to the Battle of Trat, A brief but bloody naval conflict between Thai and French forces. The water remembers. Local fishermen still speak of it in hushed tones, passing stories that never made the textbooks. In quiet coves, you may swim above ghostly outlines of sunken steel, relics not of glory, but of caution. Yet the island spirit is not one of conflict. It is gentleness. You'll see it in the way locals sweep their stoops each morning, or how children light candles for ancestors at dusk. On the East Coast, away from resorts, wooden homes cling to the shoreline in villages where time folds gently, and visitors are still guests, not consumers. When you come, tread softly, dress modestly when entering temples. Don't photograph monks without permission. If someone places a jasmine garland in your hands, accept it with both palms. It is not decoration, but blessing. Watch for hornbills in the treetops. Listen for geckos at night. Take off your shoes. Eat sticky rice with your fingers. Let the rhythm of the waves undo the noise inside you. Koh Chang doesn't ask for anything. It just offers a space to remember what stillness feels like. Some islands dazzle. This one heals. The North welcomes you with mist and mystery. Chiang Rai does not announce itself. It emerges, slowly, like smoke rising from a forested hillside, like the hush before a story is told. This is the edge of Thailand, closer to Laos and Myanmar than to Bangkok, shaped by trade, tribes, and tangled histories. The air is cooler here, the light softer. Mornings begin in silver, nights end in incense. And in the heart of it all, Wat Rong Khun, a temple unlike any other. Not gold, not ancient, but white, a shocking, dreamlike white, as if frost fell from the sky and never melted. Sculpted by artist Kalam Kai Kosipapat, the White Temple isn't just a place of worship, but a vision. Cross a bridge over grasping hands. Souls trapped in desire, and step into a space where mirrors catch the sun and dragons guard the silence. Inside, murals blend Buddha with modern chaos, spaceships, flames, even superheroes. Strange? Yes. But isn't all truth a little strange? Chiang Rai whispers, even when it dazzles. Take a walk by the Coke River at dawn, where fishermen cast nets like wings. Visit local hill tribe villages, Aka, Lahu, Karen, not as a spectacle, but as fellow travelers. Their lives are not performances. They are songs still being sung. Listen deeply. Learn respectfully. Don't photograph what you don't understand. Not far from the city is the Black House, Bon Dam, a haunting opposite to Wat Rong Khun. Created by another artist, Dawan Duchini, it's a dark meditation on death, desire, and the animal within us. Skulls and hides, shadows and sharp angles. It disturbs. It intrigues. It reflects something you might not yet have words for. And that is Chiang Rai. Not tidy, not packaged, but raw and reverent. If you visit the market at night, eat slowly. Grilled river fish, canam crock, sweet sticky rice and banana leaf. Watch how elders bless food before eating. It is not superstition. It is gratitude made visible. Speak softly. Stay longer than you planned. And when you leave, carry its quiet with you. Some cities echo. This one lingers. It begins with a boat. There is no bridge to Koh Tao, no quick arrival. You must cross the sea to reach it. And in that crossing, something inside you changes. The further the mainland drifts, the more silence gathers. Not emptiness, presence, the kind of silence that listens back. Koh Tao means Turtle Island, though the turtles are now elusive, but the name lingers like memory in a tide pool. Once a prison island, long before it became a diver's paradise, this place was exile, wrapped in reef and solitude. And maybe that's why it still feels like a secret, even with visitors on every beach. The island is small, a thumbprint in the Gulf of Thailand, but it holds multitudes. In the early light, Serene Beach stretches quiet and golden. By midday, long-tail boats float like brushstrokes across the blue. And underwater, it's a cathedral. Coral fans sway like breath. Parrotfish shimmer. Sea turtles drift like old monks in a world that doesn't rush. But don't come just for the diving. Come for the feeling of time unspooling. Come for the scent of salt on your skin and the strange comfort of sand in your shoes. Rent a motorbike and follow the road into jungle curves, past coconut palms and tucked-away cafes. Or hike inland to Mango Viewpoint, where the whole world seems to exhale beneath your feet. There's no rush here. That's the gift. But tread gently. The reefs are fragile, bruised by careless fins and sunscreen slicks. Choose operators that respect marine life. Don't chase the fish. Let them come to you. If you're quiet enough, they will. When sharing space with the island's locals, be humble. Dress modestly when off the beach. Greet with a Y, palms together, a slight bow. It matters. It says, I see you. And listen. Listen to the waves as they smooth the shore, to the clink of ice in a metal cup, to the stories shared in broken English over fire-grilled squid. Some islands are escapes. This one is a return, not to what you left behind, but to something softer, quieter. Koh Tao does not shout. It waits. There are places the earth keeps hidden, cloaked in mist, folded in silence, and Khao Sok is one of them. Before you see it, you hear it. The hush of rain on ancient leaves, the low tremble of gibbons calling to the trees, the hush of water meeting limestone. This isn't a park. It's a cathedral of green, older than the Amazon, its roots tangled in myth and monsoon. Chiu Lan Lake stretches like a dream through the jungle. Emerald water cupped by limestone cliffs that rise, sheer and impossible, into the sky. Long-tail boats skim the surface, their engines loud at first, then oddly reverent as you drift deeper into stillness. The karsts reflect in the water like broken teeth of a sleeping giant. Stay in a floating bungalow if you can. Let the night wrap around you like a second skin. No phone signal, just stars, frogs, and the occasional splash that reminds you are not alone here. Khao Sok holds stories that have no pages. Local legend tells a monk who wandered into the forest seeking solitude, only to find, after years, that the forest had become him. His hut still stands, half-eaten by roots, visited by monks who speak his name like a prayer. Respect the wildness here. Leeches, storms, sudden silence. They are not threats, but teachers. Hire a local guide, not just for safety, but for understanding. They'll show you plants that heal and vines that sing. They'll teach you how to walk without disturbing the forest floor. There are rules here, though none are posted. Don't shout. Don't litter. Don't pretend you are in control. You aren't, and that's the beauty. Come in the rainy season if you want to see the jungle in full voice, dripping, steaming, alive. Come in the dry season for easier paths, but less mystery. Either way, come humbly. Khao Sok is not for conquering. It's for remembering. that the world was once wild, and still is. The ruins rise like memory. At first, Ayutthaya appears quiet, bricks softened by time, stupas leaning gently into the sky. But listen, beneath the wind and pigeons, the past still murmurs here, layered in red stone and Bodhi roots. Once, this city was a crown of Siam, vast, glittering, known across oceans. Traders came from Persia, Portugal, Japan. Gold leaf-covered spires that pierced the sky. Elephants paraded down wide avenues lined with teakwood palaces. It was, for a moment, the center of the world. And then it burned. In 1767, Burmese armies swept through and reduced the city to flame and silence. Temples collapsed. Monks fled. The gold melted. But Ayutthaya did not vanish. It endured, not as relic, but as witness. Walk slowly here. Let your hands graze the worn stone. At Wat Mathat, find the Buddha head cradled in tree roots, a face neither buried nor broken, simply held. It is not just a photograph. It is a lesson in how the sacred finds refuge in the living. At Wat Thanaram, visit near sunset. The shadows stretch like monks at prayer. The air smells of incense and grass. You might hear children laughing nearby, or the chime of a bicycle bell. Life continues, gently, among the ruins. Ayutthaya teaches reverence, not through grandeur, but decay. Its beauty lies in what remains, and in what no longer needs to. Respect the space. Don't climb where signs ask you not to. Don't shout. Dress modestly, even in heat. These are not empty structures. They hold breath, memory, and spirit. Nearby, wooden homes on stilts edge the river. Eat from the floating markets. Boat noodles rich with spice. Fried bananas handed to you on paper soaked with joy. Smile often. The locals will smile back. Visit the Ayutthaya Historical Studies Center if time allows. Not for facts, but for context. To understand the heartbeat beneath the stone. If you listen closely, Ayutthaya doesn't mourn its fall. It simply reminds you that all empires fade, but spirit lingers. And some places, though quiet, change you. Not by shouting, but by waiting for your stillness. The river looks calm, but rivers remember. Kanchanaburi sits where green hills lean into water, where mist drapes the morning in silence, and where peace now flows through a place once defined by suffering. The river quiet drifts slowly through the heart of town. At first glance, it's serene, children fishing from bamboo piers, monks walking its edge at dawn. But beneath its surface, history stirs. During World War II, thousands of Allied prisoners and Asian laborers were forced by Japanese forces to build the Death Railway, a supply line through the jungle, carved with blood and heat. The bridge that spans a river, now still in steel, was once a target of bombs and desperation. So many died here that locals say the land itself learned to grieve. Today, the bridge stands not as pride, but as memory. Walk across it in the early morning, before the tourists gather. Let the sun rise behind the hills, and think of what it means for peace to grow from pain. Nearby, the Hellfire Pass Memorial cuts through the jungle, a scar of stone and silence. The trail winds past rock faces once hacked by hand, by men whose names are etched into plaques. If you go, walk quietly, not as a visitor, but as a witness. Yet Kanchanaburi is more than sorrow. There's beauty here and life. Visit Erawan Waterfalls, where 7 tiers of turquoise cascade through limestone and light. Watch butterflies gather like confetti on damp rocks. Swim if you like. The fish may nibble your feet, playful, unafraid. Or ride a slow train across the old wooden trestle at Tam Krasi, where cliffs drop steep into jungle and wind tugs at your thoughts. Time moves gently in this place, as if reminding you not to rush, not to forget. Respect is everything here. At the war cemetery, speak softly. These are not statistics. They are sons, brothers, names once spoken at dinner tables now carved in stone. When you eat, share gratitude. The food, spicy, sweet, smoky, is prepared with pride. Let your smile be sincere. Kanchanaburi will not overwhelm you. It will open slowly, like a wound healing into something tender, not to be pitied, but to be remembered. In the north, where the hills cradle the sky and the scent of wood smoke lingers in the folds of the air, Chiang Mai waits. Not with urgency, but with welcome. This city is an old soul. Once the heart of the landed kingdom, it still moves to a slower rhythm, wrapped in the soft gold of morning awns and the echo of temple bells. The old city is ringed by crumbling walls and a moat that reflects bougainvillea and passing clouds. Inside, narrow lanes curve past teak houses and hidden shrines. It's a place meant to be wandered, not navigated. There are over 300 temples here, each one different, each one humming. Wat Pho Sing glows with red lacquer and candlelight. Wat Chedi Luang stands like a scarred mountain, struck by earthquake, softened by time. And high above it all, on Doi Inthanon, Wat Pho that watches over the valley. If you climb the 309 steps, lined with naga serpents, do so quietly. At the summit, ring the bells, not for luck, but for listening. Chiang Mai's beauty isn't loud. It's in a hand-woven scarf dyed with indigo, in the rhythm of a pestle grinding green curry, in the way a stranger bows their head when passing you on a motorbike. But there is story here, too. Centuries ago, King Meng Rai founded Chiang Mai as a capital. Legend says he chose the spot after a white elephant led him to a hill where fog clung like prayer. That hill became Doi Inthanon. And to this day, the white elephant remains a symbol of destiny and faith. Modern Chiang Mai balances delicately between memory and motion. You'll find digital nomads in coffee shops beside monks studying scripture, vegan cafes beside morning markets, still selling frogs in baskets and herbs by the handful. Time folds here into spice and silence. Visit during Ipang, when lanterns rise into the night like wishes set free, or in April for Songkran, when water becomes blessing and celebration. But come prepared to get wet. Joy here is rarely tidy. When greeting locals, use a Y. When visiting temples, cover your shoulders and knees. Never turn your back to a Buddha. These are not rules. They are respect. Eat cow soy with a spoon and fingers. Let the heat bloom on your tongue. Sleep where geckos chirp and roosters speak before dawn. And when you leave Chiang Mai, it will not chase you. It will remain like a candle flickering behind your ribs. Soft, warm, remembered. Bangkok pulses like a living heart, fierce and tireless beneath a sweltering sun. It is a city of contradictions. Ancient temples nestle between glass skyscrapers, street food stalls competing with luxury malls, monks threading through traffic with quiet grace amid the roar of tuk-tuks. The Chao Phraya River snakes through the city like a silver thread, carrying stories old as the city itself. Along its banks, wooden boats glide past gilded temples and floating markets. In the early morning, the air is thick with incense and fried garlic, promises of the day stirring awake. Step carefully here. Bangkok can overwhelm with its energy, its noise, its crowds. But beneath the chaos lies a city with 1,000 quiet moments. The soft patter of rain on lotus petals, the glint of gold leaf on a Buddha's cheek, the gentle smile of a street vendor offering mango sticky rice. Within the grand palace walls, the emerald Buddha sits serenely, its gaze unchanging through centuries of upheaval. The palace itself is a kaleidoscope of color and detail, spires reaching skyward, mosaics catching the sun, courtyards alive with fluttering prayers. Yet, Bangkok is not just temples and history. It is a hum of motorbikes weaving through traffic jams, the sizzle of pad thai on street corners, the laughter spilling from crowded markets at night. Travel gently here. Dress respectfully when visiting sacred sites, shoulders and knees covered, shoes removed before stepping inside. Learn the why, the traditional greeting, and offer it with sincerity. Beware the heat and humidity. Drink water, find shade. Keep your belongings close, but trust in the city's rhythm and your intuition. Beyond the tourist trails lie neighborhoods rich in stories. Chinatown with its maze of alleys and glowing lanterns, Thonburi's quiet canals where time seems to slow, and hidden cafes where monks sip tea alongside artists and travelers. At night, the city transforms. Neon signs flicker to life. Music spills onto sidewalks, and the scent of grilled meats mingles with jasmine-scented breeze. Bangkok is not a city to be rushed. It asks you to slow down, to watch, to listen. Here, every street corner holds a story. Every face, a poem. And when you leave, the city's pulse remains, the steady beat beneath your skin. Koh Lanta unfolds gently like a whispered secret along Thailand's Andaman coast, where palm-fringed beaches curve beneath skies painted in soft pastels. This is not an island that shouts for attention. It offers instead a quiet embrace. Slow tides, warm sand, and the hushed song of waves weaving between mangroves and limestone cliffs. Unlike its more crowded neighbors, Koh Lanta is a refuge for those seeking space to breathe. The old fishing villages still cling to traditions, where longboats drift lazily and nets dry in the sun, a daily ritual repeated across generations. There's a softness here, in the way villagers greet you with calm smiles, and the scent of grilled seafood mingles with salty breeze. Beneath the surface, coral gardens flourish, painted with the colors of tropical fish. Diving here is a journey into a living mosaic. Graceful manta rays glide by like ocean ghosts, while schools of neon fish shimmer like scattered jewels. The reef is fragile. Tread lightly, swim softly, and honor the underwater world as you would a sacred temple. The island story is quiet but enduring. Once a haven for pirates and traders, Koh Lanta now whispers of resilience and balance between nature and community. The sea sustains life, but also demands respect. Storm seasons can roll in swiftly, reminding visitors of the island's pulse. Untamed and true, travel here with humility. Dress modestly when venturing beyond the beaches. Learn a few words in Thai. Even a simple sawasti or kop can open doors and hearts. Beware the heat during the dry months. Sip coconut water and rest under the shade of tamarind trees. Evenings invite gentle reflection. Watch fishermen light their lamps as stars begin to pepper the sky. The world seems to slow here, measured not by clocks but by tides and lantern light. Koh Lanta doesn't offer spectacle. It offers stillness, and sometimes stillness is the greatest gift of all. Phang Nga Bay unfolds like a dream sculpted in limestone and sea mist, a labyrinth of towering karsts rising abruptly from jade-green waters. The bay feels ancient, a place where earth and water converse in whispers, where time seems to slow beneath drifting clouds and the call of distant gulls. As you glide across the bay in a long-tailed boat, the cliffs loom like silent sentinels, their sheer faces streaked with moss and vines. Hidden caves invite quiet exploration. Inside, stalactites hang like chandeliers, and the air is cool, fragrant with salt and secrets. Among the islets, James Bond Island stands as a curious crown jewel, known for its starring role in cinema. But Phang Nga Bay's magic lies beyond the tourist spots. Paddle through mangrove tunnels, where roots twist like ancient fingers, and watch for hornbills and macaques weaving through the canopy. The bay has long been a crossroads of cultures. Sea gypsies or Moken people have navigated these waters for generations, living lightly on the tide. Their boats are swift and weathered, their knowledge of the sea profound. When visiting, honor their space, their stories, and their ways. They remind us that home can be found in motion, and that the sea holds memory as deeply as land. Be mindful, too, of the fragile ecosystems. Coral reefs beneath the waves nurture countless species. Sunscreens and careless anchors threaten this balance. Choose eco-conscious guides. Let your presence be gentle. Travel tips here are simple. Bring a hat, sunglasses, and water. The sun dances fiercely on the water's surface. Wear light clothing and be prepared for sudden showers. Monsoon moods change quickly. As the day fades, watch the sunset paint the sky in shades of rose and amber, reflecting in the tranquil waters. The bay seems to hold its breath, waiting, perhaps, for the next tide, the next traveler to listen. Phang Nga Bay is not just a place. It is a feeling of stillness and grandeur intertwined, a reminder that nature's quiet power endures. Mae Hong Son lies nestled deep in the mountains, wrapped in morning mist and secrets whispered by towering teak trees. This remote town breathes slowly, sheltered by peaks that catch the fading light like ancient sentinels guarding forgotten stories. The road here winds through valleys cloaked in fog, past hill tribe villages where time holds a different rhythm. Shan, Karen, and Hmong peoples live in colorful harmony with the land, their traditions woven into every woven basket, every hand-stitched fabric. To visit Mae Hong Son is to step gently into a living tapestry, where language shifts with the wind and smiles bridge worlds. In the town's heart stands Wat Pho Doi Inthanon, perched atop a hill like a guardian watching over mist-wrapped rooftops. The golden stupas gleam softly at dawn, their spires piercing the sky, beckoning travelers to pause and reflect. From here, views stretch over jade valleys and rivers like ribbons of glass. Mae Hong Son holds stories both bright and shadowed. During the 20th century, it was a frontier between kingdoms, a crossroads for traders and rebels alike. Its quiet beauty belies a past marked by conflict and survival. Locals speak in hushed tones of the Burma Road, a lifeline forged through jungle and danger, connecting lands and histories. Travel here with reverence. Respect customs. Dress modestly. Remove shoes before entering homes and temples, and offer why with sincerity. Learn a few words. Kopkan will carry you far. The town's gentle pace invites you to slow, to breathe, to listen. The weather shifts quickly. Mornings wrapped in mist can give way to warm, sunlit afternoons. Bring layers and a hat. When visiting markets, sample cow soy and sticky rice, savoring flavors carried through generations. At night, Mae Hong's sun glows with lantern light, soft and steady. Stories unfold by firelight, shared in smiles and quiet laughter. Some places hide in plain sight. Mae Hong's Son is one of them, a sanctuary of silence and soul. Pai is a breath held between mountains, a small town where the air tastes of eucalyptus and promise. Roads curve like ribbons, lined with stalls selling woven scarves and fresh herbs. Here, time bends, softening edges and slowing the world to a gentle pulse. At dawn, mist drapes the valley like a silken veil. The river murmurs secrets beneath bamboo bridges. Locals greet you with quiet smiles, palms pressed together in greeting. A why, the language of kindness. Pai's charm is subtle. It's found in morning markets fragrant with spices, in hot springs steaming beneath stars, in laughter shared over bowls of spicy tom yum. Travel gently here. Respect the rhythms. Listen for the stories whispered by ancient trees and flowing water. In Pai, the journey becomes a destination, and you, the traveler, become part of its quiet song. Ong Thong National Marine Park is a sanctuary of sea and stone, a cluster of emerald islands floating on turquoise waters. Here, limestone cliffs rise like ancient sentinels, cloaked in jungle and mist. Kayaks glide silently across hidden lagoons, while sunlight dances on waves that ripple like liquid glass. This park is a living mosaic, vibrant coral reefs sheltering colorful fish, untouched beaches where time seems to pause. Explore caves carved by centuries of tide and wind, where shadows play and echoes linger. Travel respectfully. The park's delicate ecosystems depend on careful footsteps and mindful choices. Carry out all waste, avoid touching coral, and choose eco-conscious guides. Here, nature's quiet majesty invites you to listen deeply, to the pulse of the sea, the whisper of the breeze, and the stillness between. Wat Rong Khun, the White Temple, rises like a shard of frost against the northern sky, both surreal and sacred. Its gleaming white spires reach upward, reflecting light like fragments of a dream caught in stone. Every curve and detail pulses with symbolism. Mirrors sparkle like stars, and statues guard the entrance with hands outstretched, reaching from the earth. This temple is a modern marvel, created by artist Kalamkai Kosipapat, who wove ancient Buddhist teachings with contemporary imagery. Inside, murals depict a vivid blend of mythology and pop culture, angels and demons, heroes and villains, a reminder that light and darkness coexist. Approach slowly. Remove your shoes. Bow gently. This is a place of reflection, where tradition meets the unexpected, inviting you to see beyond the surface. Wat Rong Khun asks not for worship, but for presence. To stand in its glow is to step into a story both timeless and alive. Erawan Waterfalls tumble like liquid jade through 7 tiers of limestone steps, each pool a secret carved by time and rain. Nestled within Kanchanaburi's lush jungle, the falls sing a soft song, water cascading, birds calling, leaves rustling in the warm breeze. Legend tells of a 3-headed white elephant, Erawan, whose footsteps shaped these falls, gifting the land with beauty and spirit. To swim here is to become part of that story. Cool water embracing you, washing away dust and haste. Follow the trails gently. Watch for shy monkeys and orchids blooming wild. Each level offers a new perspective, a moment of quiet awe. Respect the sacredness of the place. Keep voices low. Carry out all trash and move softly through the forest. Erawan is a place of renewal, where water, stone, and story flow as one. Mae Kampong is a village cradled by mist and mountain whispers, where wooden houses perch on stilts above rushing streams. Here, life moves at the pace of falling leaves, and mornings begin with the soft murmur of coffee brewing and birdsong. Surrounded by tea plantations and forests thick with wild orchids, Mae Kampong feels like a secret whispered through time, a place where tradition is not preserved as a relic, but lived daily. The villagers greet visitors with warm smiles and gentle ways, inviting you to taste homemade honey and herbal teas steeped in ancient knowledge. Walk the forest trails, listen for the rustle of bamboo, and watch for butterflies weaving through sunbeams. Respect local customs. Dress modestly, ask before photographing, and carry a quiet heart. Mae Kampong is not just a place to visit. It is a place to belong, if only for a moment. Sukhothai Historical Park is where Thailand's story begins, cradled in ancient ruins that rise like echoes from the earth. Once the capital of the First Thai Kingdom, its temples and statues speak softly of a golden age of kings and monks, art and faith. Walking among moss-covered stupas and lotus-filled ponds, you sense the pulse of history beneath your feet. The gentle sway of palm trees, the distant chant of monks, the sun casting long shadows over carved stone, all invite quiet reflection. Here stands the iconic Buddha, Wat Chum, his gaze serene, hands folded in eternal blessing. It is said the statue holds the spirit of the kingdom, calm amidst change. Travel respectfully, speak softly, cover shoulders and knees, and remove shoes when entering sacred spaces. Sukhothai is a place where time slows, where past and present meet in a sacred conversation, a timeless sanctuary for the soul. Doi Inthanon, Thailand's highest peak, rises like a crown above northern hills, a place where mist and mountain meet in sacred embrace. The air is cooler here, scented with pine and wild orchids, and the world feels both vast and intimate. Ancient trails wind through cloud forests, past waterfalls that sing old songs and pagodas that reach for the sky. Atop the summit, twin shades stand as silent witnesses to faith and nature intertwined. Local Karen and Hmong villages the landscape, their cultures woven into the park's rhythms. Walking here is to walk between worlds, the spiritual and the earthly, the ancient and the present. Visiting the cool season when rhododendrons bloom and skies stretch wide and clear. Dress warmly, mountain weather shifts swiftly. Respect the land, stay on trails, keep voices low, and honor the traditions of those who call this sacred place home. Doi Inthanon is a place of quiet power, a summit not just of earth, but of spirit. Nan is a quiet song carried on mountain air, a town where ancient temples and slow rivers hold stories whispered through centuries. Nestled in northern valleys, it feels untouched, a gentle pause from the rush of the world. Wander the streets lined with teak houses, their carved eaves catching the light. Visit Wat Pho, where murals tell tales of love and life, painted with brushstrokes rich in color and soul. The temple's golden Buddha smiles with calm that settles deep inside. Nan's charm lies in its stillness, in markets where vendors offer jasmine garlands, in the laughter of children playing beneath tamarind trees, in evenings spent watching sunsets bleed into soft twilight. Respect local customs. Dress modestly, greet with a Y, and savor the slow rhythms of daily life here. Nan invites you not just to see, but to listen, to become part of its quiet, enduring story. Koh Samui rises from the Gulf of Thailand like a jewel kissed by sun and sea. Palms sway gently over white sand beaches, and the air carries the scent of frangipani and salt. This island pulses with life, from bustling night markets to serene temples nestled in jungle folds. At Wat Pho, the giant golden Buddha watches over fishermen's boats and visitors alike, a symbol of calm amid movement. Beneath the waves, coral gardens teem with vibrant fish and graceful rays, inviting snorkelers into an underwater world where time slows. Travel here with respect. Dress modestly when visiting sacred sites, and always remove shoes before entering. Embrace local customs and savor dishes like som tam and freshly grilled seafood. Koh Samui is more than paradise. It's a place where nature and spirit meet, a gentle reminder that beauty is not just seen, but felt. Phuket is a mosaic of contrasts. Golden beaches kissed by turquoise waves, bustling markets brimming with vibrant colors, and quiet temples tucked between busy streets. The island hums with energy, yet beneath the surface lies a deep current of history and culture. Explore the old town, where Sino-Portuguese architecture paints walls in pastels, and street art tells stories of resilience and rebirth. Temples like Wat Chalong rise as spiritual anchors, their gilded spires catching sunlight and inviting contemplation amidst the lively streets. Beyond the shore, fishermen still cast nets from wooden boats, preserving traditions passed down through generations. Dive into the Andaman Sea to find coral reefs alive with marine life, a world both fragile and fierce. Travel gently here. Respect local customs. Dress modestly when visiting temples, and be mindful of the environment. Embrace the island's rhythm, a dance between modernity and heritage. Phuket invites you not just to see, but to feel its pulse, vibrant, enduring, and deeply soulful. Wat Pho breeds history and reverence in the heart of Bangkok, a sanctuary where gold leaf and silence mingle. Its vast reclining Buddha stretches long and serene, a testament to peace and transcendence amid the city's pulse. The temple's courtyards shimmer with intricate murals, fragrant incense, and soft chants, a space where centuries fold gently into the present. Walking beneath gilded roofs and past stone lions, you feel the weight of devotion and the lightness of faith intertwined. Wat Pho is also the birthplace of traditional Thai massage, a healing art practice quietly here for generations. Step into the massage school and you enter a living tradition of care and restoration. When visiting, dress respectfully, shoulders and knees covered, shoes removed. Move with calm and humility. Take a moment to sit in stillness, letting the temple's rhythm seep into your bones. Wat Pho invites you to pause, to find stillness amidst the city's endless dance, to rest in the shadow of the Buddha's gentle smile. Wat Arun stands like a beacon on the banks of the Chao Phraya River, its towering spires shimmering with fragments of porcelain and seashells. Known as the Temple of Dawn, it catches the first light each morning, glowing softly as the city awakens. Climb its steep steps slowly, feeling the rough mosaic under your hands, and pause to gaze across the river, temples, boats, and bustling life framed in golden hues. The temple's architecture is both delicate and grand, a dance of light and shadow. Wat Arun invites reflection, a quiet moment amidst Bangkok's vibrant chaos. Respect the sacred space. Cover shoulders and knees, remove shoes, and move gently. Listen for the temple bells and distant chants, and breathe in the scent of incense carried on the breeze. Here, dawn is not just a time, but a promise of renewal, hope, and quiet grace. The Grand Palace is a kingdom carved in gold and spirit, a world within a city where history, power, and beauty entwine. Its walls shimmer with mosaics and spires that reach for the heavens, each corner telling stories of kings, gods, and timeless devotion. Walking its courtyards, you feel the weight of centuries, the footsteps of monarchs, the prayers of devotees, the pulse of a nation. The Emerald Buddha, seated in quiet majesty, watches over all with serene grace, a symbol of Thailand's heart and soul. Respect here is sacred. Dress with care, speak softly, and move with humility. Remove shoes where asked, and let the intricate details draw you into stillness. The Grand Palace is not merely a place, but a living poem, one that invites you to witness the dance of history and spirit in harmony. Damnoen Saduak floating market unfolds like a lively painting. Wooden boats pile high with colorful fruits, vegetables, and flowers, drifting slowly through narrow canals. The air hums with chatter, laughter, and the scent of sizzling street food. Here, life moves on water. Vendors call out with warm smiles, offering sweet mango sticky rice, spicy papaya salad, and fragrant herbs wrapped in banana leaves. Paddle through this vibrant maze and watch as the market awakens with sun and stories. Yet beneath the bustle lies a rhythm older than commerce, a way of living connected to river and rain, where water carries both livelihood and life. Visit early, before the crowds, to catch the market's true pulse. Dress comfortably, stay hydrated, and move with patience and respect. Damnoen Saduak is a dance of color and culture, inviting you to join its timeless flow. As the journey through Thailand's landscapes and stories draws to a close, the echoes of its rivers, temples, and islands linger softly within. Each place, whether bustling or serene, has shared its breath, its memory, its soul. Thailand is not merely a destination. It is an invitation to listen, to feel, and to move gently through the layers of time and tradition. May you carry these moments, the golden light on ancient ruins, the whisper of jungle leaves, the laughter floating across a quiet bay, as quiet companions on your own path. The traveler now becomes a keeper of these stories, walking forward with open heart and soft step. Until the next journey, may your travels be truthful and your spirit ever curious.